So here it says it came from below. Okay. Probably from the devil or something like that, or probably from lava, or some volcanic thing, something like that. It's from below. It wasn't from above, it was from below. And he misleads those who dwell on earth to be the slaves of the image of that demon, the one who has been struck by the sword and had lived Rome. And it was in the power behind it, right? The demon is the power behind it. And it was given to him to impart a spirit to the image, or that idol. 1350, literal Aramaic idiom or idol. So it was like a living one, right? Something you worship, which was that Caesar, right? Through the power of that demon, enticing the people, the Senate especially, to create a law, a decree, where people would do that. Okay? And to command that all those who do not worship the image of that demon to be killed. So that's what went on in those days. If you didn't bow down to it, or pay homage to it, you get arrested, probably killed, okay, for not doing it. And he enslaved them all the small and the famous, and the rich and the poor, and the children of the free and the slaves. They're all subjects, whereas to be given a mark on the right hand or between the eyes. So that's 16. Okay, literal Aramaic idiom or expression, authorization, certification, stamp, seal, or commission. Yeah. So if you didn't say Ave Caesar or Hail Caesar, give it that hand sign, whatever, then you could be in deep trouble. Okay, the image or the idol was made alive through their subjection to the Caesar and paying homage to him, honouring him, Hail Caesar, and all that sort of stuff, right? As subjects. He was basically their god, with a little g. Okay, so he basically controlled them all. Taxes, etc., etc. Probably their religious choice. So it's controlling their work and their minds, okay, to be subject to him, to obey what he said or what was dictated, so that no one could sell or buy except he who has the mark of that demon or the number of his name. So what they used to do was like tax the people, and then tax the people, and tax the people, and tax the people, and they just barely survived. It was such a struggle for them. It just was so unfair. If you spoke out against it, we'll tax you some more. We'll give you hell, that sort of thing, right? They're actually quite a cruel people. And so they couldn't do anything without their approval, basically. It was like you couldn't be deemed a god unless they said, yeah, okay, we'll allow him to call himself a god. We'll give him permission. So no one could sell or buy except he who has the mark of that demon or the number of his name. Allegiance to that church, right? Loyalty to that mother church. At that particular time, many different forms of control, conformity, do it or else, as subjects. Here then is wisdom or intelligence. Whoever has a brain, footnote indicated here, see, 1318, literal Aramaic idiom, brain, should count the number of that demon, for it is the number of a human being, and his number is 666. Okay, so it was that Roman Caesar, okay, or that power behind him had that number. It's a number that men are familiar with. Like God has 777, men are familiar with that. That's the holy number of God, and through the numerology, maybe the gematria, etc. And the 666 was a counterfeit, an undermining of that holy power. It's an unholy power, etc. So it's not necessarily one human being Okay, here it's saying it's a number. It's a number of a human being. Not saying, okay, Trump, 666. Oh yeah, it's Trump. Oh no, it's Obama. No, it's Elvis Presley. Oh no, it's Benny Hinn. No, it's Reagan. That's where people get confused. They keep swapping and changing. Okay, it's basically telling you the familiarity. You can compare it with a number, which is human, a human number, right? Okay, the number of a human being, or the numbers used by human beings, and that particular demon's number is 666. Remember, the guy is just a physical vessel holding a spirit soul within this body, right? Breathing, moving around, animate. But the power behind it is this counterfeit demon, this devil, okay? Undermining God, right? God's number, 777. Okay, so for everything that God has, the devil provides a counterfeit. Okay, so there it is right there. Okay. So no, it's nothing to do with Trump or anybody else like that. There could be a one world leader, etc., as so far as the conspiracies go, or that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's a possibility. Big Brother, all that. We're not saying that's not a possibility, but at this time, in this vision, John was talking about what he saw about Rome, the Caesars, the persecutions of those who believed and accepted Jesus as the Messiah, Jesus the Christ, and so forth. He's identifying that this Antichrist was the Roman Caesar, Augustus at the time, because he says here it's during the ministry of Jesus, so it all happened there. Okay, from there, it's not saying at some future event. Okay, there's no angel here saying, look John, this is like way in the future. Okay, not giving you data or anything like that, but it's way off in the future, just before the total end, right? He's saying this is what's happening at that moment. Okay? But it can apply to today's mother church, etc. Okay, if you look at it, yeah, a false church, a false prophet, a false mother church, etc., that has this power over other people, other kings, countries, powers, elites. They're all sucked up to her. Come under her authority. They're all subject to her. They all acknowledge her. And then we have Revelations 14, goes deep into that, explaining about the false church, the mystery Babylon, all this sort of stuff. Okay, then you have Revelation 17, where it talks about a certain people's given this power to destroy this mystery Babylon, this mother church, this false church, etc., to totally destroy her, burn her by God's authority, etc. So she'll never be seen again. All of her trade, all of her valuables, gone. She's totally gone. Okay? They'll be given this power by God to do that. Their wrath has come upon them. Okay? It has down here. Where are we? We're going to look at here. Let's go 17:11. Have a look at that. Okay, it goes on about those. Here we go. Here it is here. And he came out of one of the 7 angels, etc., etc., poured a chalice, and he told John, let me show you the judgment of that great prostitute who sits over great waters, with whom fornicated the kings of the earth, and from whose wine of prostitution became drunk the dwellers of the earth. And he took John back to the wilderness spiritually, and he saw the woman as she sat on a red demon that was full of blasphemous names, etc., etc., having 7 heads and 10 horns, and she's just in purple, etc., etc. Goes through there, and this angel explains it. And that woman that you saw, John, is the great city, mystery Babylon, which rules the kings of the world. So it's obviously a church authority, a false church, counterfeit, or counterfeit religion. Okay, and these that would to destroy it, given that authority by God. Where are we? We're looking at 1712. So look, 1712. And the 10 horns that you saw are 10 kings, those people who have not yet been crowned, etc., etc. They only have one desire, and their power and authority they give to that demon. Okay, here we go. And the 10 horns that you saw are 10 kings. That's what John saw. Those people, human beings, who have not yet been crowned kings, right? Etc. Except authority as kings is given to them for 1 hour with that demon. So let's have a look at 12. 1712 human beings. Literal Aramaic idiom, placed or set up. They haven't been set up as kings yet. Literal Aramaic idiom, set. Okay, so God's given them the authority as rulers or powers for an hour with that demon, that anti-man, man-hater, right? Really hates man. Okay, and here it says the Soviet Union and its satellites, states, okay, because the Soviet Union at the time had lots of other states like the Ukraine, etc., etc., that were subject to it, right, under its authority. And this was approximately present day at this point of the vision where there's this world empire being created. Okay, around about 2015 when this was translated and then published, 2015, 2016. Perhaps that's the reason why it was taken down. Deliberately, right? Unjustly. Because he said, yeah, this communist, well, the Soviet Union collapsed in what, around that time, didn't it? Became the USSR. Yeah? So it's probably talking about, because they're a power behind many of the wars, right? Vietnam, they agitated the Afghanis with their MiG helicopters, all that sort of stuff, shooting them, bombing them, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, they've been behind a lot of these supplies, etc., for these Viet Cong, during the Vietnam War, etc., etc. Okay, it's all historical. Okay, but also the US has as well, South America, the CIA, and so forth. So they both played their role in supplying and financing and so forth. Okay, so yeah, that's the future, right? That's the past history. Okay, but this world empire is a possible future event, right? It's going to rise up and then destroy everything, destroy that mother church, especially probably communism, with the power of the Arabs, the extremists, etc. behind them. Okay, not all of them are like 100% Muslim, extremist Muslims. Okay, there are a lot of them that are mercenaries. who are being paid highly to do this sort of stuff. They might be Muslim converts as well, converts to Islam, yelling out all their Ali Akbar, all that sort of stuff, right? But you notice a lot of them, apparently like 6 feet tall, 7 feet tall, white, you know? Why do you think they wear those face coverings? So you don't notice. They could be Americans, could be anybody, you know? Could even be the, what do they call them? The Mossad, pretending to be them, right? Okay? Well, this was stuff. Because they went into Syria and they kicked all these people out. Yeah, ISIS or Al-Qaeda. We saw them on video saying Jesus this, Jesus that, whereas Muslims have, Islam supposedly has respect for him as a prophet. They always have throughout the centuries. Okay, look at the historical invasion of Khazaria. Crusaders on one side of the border, on the left, and the Muslims or Mohammedans on the right. Okay, so this king decided to go neutral because he must have known that, hey, the Crusaders are Christians. They'll basically go, oh yeah, okay. And then Islam comes in, or Mohammedans comes in. Mohammedans come in, and they'll say, oh yeah, okay. When this king decided, I'll go neutral. I'll go and embrace the Jewish religion. Oh, okay, they got respect for them, yeah, because they're the root, the progenitors of the Islamic faith, texts, etc., right? So they had that respect in those days. So yeah, that's why the king decided to go with the Jewish religion that was already thriving within his country at the time. So they're Jews from Khazaria, they're not necessarily Khazarian Jews. Okay, so that's our review of this book that we found. I'm going to go have a look at the back, last pages, sorry, where it says Copying Guidelines. Okay, copyright 1989 by Joseph Adam Pearson, United States Copyright Office, from earlier version, copyright 1981, etc., etc. And it states here, the Koran Testimony of Antichrist by Joseph Adam Pearson must be copied in its entirety, including author's byline, notifications of copyright, these full provisions and stipulation for copying, etc., etc., etc. Hopefully we've done all that. We should go back to the beginning then. Probably have a look here somewhere. Where does it say this? Okay, it's 9 copying guidelines. Okay, we're not too sure. Okay, got that. Go back there. Okay. Okay, we're not going to sell it, make money off it. We're not going to do all this stuff here, incorporate it into something else and claim it as our own. 4 provisions and stipulations for copying and all 9 sections. Introduction, the difference between Isaac and Ishmael. Okay, so we'd have to probably go through all this and provide each page. We're not too sure exactly what they're wanting. Okay, so here's the introduction. There's the difference between Isaac and Ishmael. The difference between Jesus and Muhammad, or the surahs. Scriptures, how it all adds up. Interpreting end-time prophecy in view of Islam. Revelation 17. Revelation 13. and what they claim. Addendum, footnotes, answers to possible questions, copying guidelines. So we should be all good there. Okay, so if you like this, you feel that it was very informative, work your eyes to what the original revelations actually say and mean, then click on the like button, subscribe to us, add your comments, and we'll get back to you on those as soon as possible. And then go share this video with all your family, friends and others. Thank you for taking time to watch this, our latest video review upload.